Don't be quick to judge the 2024 season for the San Francisco 49ers just based on early impressions. Last season felt like a roller coaster, full of criticism and doubts. But if you dig deeper, there's a lot going on beneath the surface that most people missed. Today, I'm bringing you some insights that might change the way you see this team, highlighting 2 key points that show the 49ers have more going for them than meets the eye. Stick around, because there's even a special bonus at the end you won't want to miss. Let's start by talking about the offense, a unit that took a lot of heat from fans and analysts alike. You might expect a team that struggled to finish drives successfully to rank near the bottom when it comes to how often their possessions end with a punt or a turnover, right? That's the common narrative. But surprisingly, recent stats paint a different picture. The 49ers actually ranked 8th in the entire league in the percentage of drives that ended without a punt or turnover. Yes, 8th place. Far better than most people gave them credit for. This means that despite some visible struggles, their offense was far more efficient at maintaining possession than many believed. Now you might wonder how that squares with their well-documented problems in the red zone and their poor turnover differential, which landed them near the bottom of the league at 27th. The key to understanding this apparent contradiction lies in the context of their schedule and the quality of their opponents. The 49ers faced a significantly tougher slate of teams than many anticipated. Several opponents improved substantially over the season, making every game a real challenge. This heightened level of competition explains why errors on offense were punished more severely, contributing to their low turnover differential while still maintaining strong possession control. Overall, another important point is that it's unfair to place all the blame on the offense alone. Much criticism was directed at the offensive unit, especially during stretches when Deebo Samuel wasn't at his best. However, football is a team game, and the performance of the 49ers must be analyzed as a whole. Injuries, defensive, lapses, and special teams play all contributed to the challenges the team faced. It's easy to focus on the flashy moments when things go wrong on offense, but the reality is far more complex. The offensive numbers tell a story of resilience and efficiency that deserves recognition, even if the final results weren't always favorable. Considering these factors, it becomes clear that the 49ers' offensive struggles were not simply a matter of poor execution, but also a reflection of the tough conditions under which they played. Playing against top-tier defenses every week takes its toll, and the stats show that while the team didn't excel in every area, they managed to protect the ball better than most teams, which is crucial in a league where possession is king. Moving forward, this gives a foundation to build on. Knowing that the offense was capable of sustaining drives at a high rate, the coaching staff can focus on refining red zone efficiency and reducing costly mistakes that undermine their efforts. The talent is there, and with a little more polish and consistency, the 49ers offense could become one of the most balanced and dangerous units in the league. Looking deeper into the numbers, it's interesting to see how the team's style of play influenced these stats. The 49ers tend to rely heavily on a run-oriented scheme mixed with quick passes to keep defenses off balance. This approach naturally leads to fewer turnovers compared to teams that depend heavily on deep throws and risky plays. It is a strategy built around minimizing mistakes and controlling the clock, which partly explains their success in limiting drives that end in punts or turnovers. This disciplined style requires players to be precise and smart with the ball, and despite the criticism, the 49ers showed they can execute this game plan effectively. Of course, there were moments where the offense stalled or failed to capitalize on scoring opportunities, especially in critical situations. These moments stand out because they're so costly, but they don't erase the bigger picture of consistent ball control. What really differentiates this team is how often they were able to keep possession and move the chains, which in the NFL is a major factor in winning games. As we break down the offense's performance, it's also important to highlight the contributions of key players who stepped up throughout the season. While injuries hampered some stars, others took on bigger roles, showing versatility and resilience. The offensive line, for example, showed improvement in run blocking and pass protection as the season progressed, which helped stabilize the attack. Skill position players demonstrated flashes of brilliance, creating big plays when it mattered most. All these elements combined paint a picture of an offense that, while flawed, has a strong base to grow from. It's not the picture of dominance that some fans hope for, but it's far from the disaster many predicted. The 49ers offense was capable of sustaining drives, protecting the ball, and adapting to a tough schedule. These are qualities that will be invaluable in the coming seasons. In conclusion, the narrative around the 49ers offense last season needs a serious update. The stats reveal a team that was much more efficient at maintaining possession and avoiding costly mistakes than the surface-level criticism suggests. With a challenging schedule and some key injuries, they still managed to rank among the league's best in drive efficiency. This foundation sets the stage for improvements in red zone performance and overall execution. The season was tough, no doubt, but there's plenty of reason to believe the 49ers have the tools to bounce back stronger. The defensive side of the 49ers is another piece of the puzzle that demands attention, especially when analyzing the team's overall performance last season. Many assumed that the defense was the weak link, but the truth is more nuanced. The defense faced its own share of challenges, but also delivered moments of solid play that often go overlooked. One of the biggest hurdles was adjusting to a new coaching philosophy while integrating fresh faces into the lineup. Changes in schemes and rotations take time to gel, and the 49ers had to navigate those growing pains throughout the season. What stands out is that despite the ups and downs, the defense managed to stay competitive in most games. They showed a capacity to pressure opposing quarterbacks and disrupt plays at critical moments, which is a hallmark of strong defensive units. However, inconsistency in tackling and coverage allowed some big plays to slip through, which in a league of fine margins can be the difference between a win and a loss. The challenge for the 49ers moving forward will be to tighten these areas without losing their aggressive edge. Looking closer at the defensive stats, the 49ers ranked around the middle of the pack in yards allowed per game, which isn't spectacular but also not disastrous. What made the difference was the timing and context of their defensive stops. They were able to create turnovers and force punts when it mattered most, helping the team stay in games against tough opponents. This situational effectiveness highlights a defense capable of rising to the occasion, even if it struggles with consistency over the course of a full game. The linebacker core and secondary showed particular promise despite some struggles. Young players stepped up and gained valuable experience, setting a foundation for growth. Their ability to cover tight ends and running backs in pass coverage improved over time, and the pass rush, though not dominant, was effective enough to keep offenses honest. The defensive line rotation kept players fresh and maintained pressure, but injuries and depth issues occasionally exposed weaknesses that opponents exploited. Special teams also played a subtle but important role in shaping field position and momentum throughout the season. While not flashy, solid special teams play can be the unsung hero of a team's success. The 49ers showed competence in kickoffs and punts, helping limit opponents' returns and giving their offense better starting positions. These small advantages add up, especially in close contests. Another factor impacting the 49ers was the injury situation. The team was hit hard at various points, forcing adjustments and testing the depth chart. Injuries to key defensive players disrupted continuity and forced younger or less experienced players into bigger roles sooner than expected. While this can be a setback, it also provided opportunities for emerging talents to showcase their skills and gain confidence at the highest level of competition. The coaching staff faced the difficult task of managing these challenges while trying to keep the team competitive. Balancing development and results is never easy, but there were signs that the coaching adjustments and game planning laid groundwork for a more consistent and cohesive defensive unit in the future. This learning curve, while frustrating in the short term, is a necessary step in building a championship contender. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. San Francisco is alive with rumors and whispers as speculation swirls that star wide receiver Justin Jefferson might soon don the iconic red and gold of the 49ers. Though nothing has been officially confirmed, the city seems to have already embraced Jefferson as one of its own, celebrating his potential arrival with the kind of fanfare usually reserved for championship parades. Over the weekend, Jefferson was reportedly seen in San Francisco, fueling speculation of a blockbuster trade or a strategic free agency move. Sources close to the situation claim that Jefferson was treated like a king during his visit, with team representatives, local celebrities, and even influential figures within the 49ers organization allegedly rolling out the red carpet for the NFL superstar. The possibility of Jefferson joining forces with the likes of Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, and Deebo Samuel has sent shockwaves through the football community. Fans and analysts alike are imagining the potential offensive juggernaut that head coach Kyle Shanahan could assemble with Jefferson in the lineup. While many insist this is still nothing more than a distant possibility, the excitement is palpable. Adding fuel to the fire, Jefferson posted a cryptic message on social media shortly after his rumored visit, sharing a simple crown emoji accompanied by a red and gold heart. The post sent fans into a frenzy, interpreting it as a subtle nod to the 49ers and his possible future with the team. The 49ers front office has remained tight-lipped, refusing to comment on the circulating rumors. However, insiders suggest that the organization is closely monitoring Jefferson's situation, prepared to make a move should the opportunity arise. The Vikings, for their part, have also not made any public statements, leaving room for endless speculation about Jefferson's future. As the NFL offseason continues to unfold, San Francisco seems to be at the epicenter of one of the league's juiciest storylines. Whether Jefferson ultimately lands in the Bay Area or not, the buzz around his rumored reception as royalty by the 49ers has already captured the imagination of fans nationwide. Only time will tell if these whispers turn into reality, but for now, San Francisco is celebrating the mere possibility. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.